Darlings, it's your girlfriend Coco Peru, and I wanted to share a little something with you. I get a lot of gifts, and I don't always get the opportunity to thank people publicly and to show off the things that people give me. But I happen to be dressed today, and I got this in the mail recently, and I wanted to share it with you. A fan of mine on Instagram, John, goes by the name John Q Public. That's the name of his company. Wrote to me that he had created a scarf and wanted to know if I would like one because basically he had had it up to here with everything going on in the world. And I saw the design and I thought it was beautiful. And basically, I don't know if you're going to be able to read all of this because I'm sitting down and I'm too hot to get up. Fuck your hate. Isn't that fabulous? And I've got to tell you, it is so it's real silk. Oh, honey, John's not fucking around. And it feels so good around my neck that the day I got it, I wore it around the house. It just felt good. So when I am going to wear this out in public, and I will have great pleasure in knowing that I'm not tying this correctly, but great pleasure in knowing that as I walk around, people may not be able to read the message, but the message is there. Fuck your hate. Anyway, I've also wanted you to know that this beautiful caftan that I'm wearing was sent to me by my girlfriend. This is a different one than what I wore during the pandemic from all of my shows. This is a caftan sent to me by Bianca Del Rio, my dear friend Bianca. And by the way, Bianca also just she sent me a little sequin dress that she found. I don't know where she found it, probably in a garbage bin somewhere, and it's filled with bugs. But nonetheless, she picked it up, she wrapped it, and she sent it to me. She probably didn't even wrap it herself. She probably had an assistant, Jamie, who works for. He probably had to wrap it up and had it sent to me with the card where she always writes something very mean in her cards to me because that's just the way we are. And I would just like to say to all of you rotten people out there who wrote such nasty, horrible things to me when I would make fun of Bianca on her page, you don't really understand drag. You can't call yourself a fan of drag and think that I really had any ill will towards the queen of mean, Bianca Del Rio, who happens to be like a sister to me. Well, more like a granddaughter, actually. Well, now she's getting up there in age. She's more like a niece, shall we say. I love her so much. So, you can go fuck yourself if you were one of those people who took any of that seriously. You need to educate yourself on drag kids because I only make fun of the people that I love because it's a form of intimacy with us drag queens. All right. I'm glad we cleared that up. Oh, which reminds me, this reminds me of something. Last year, I was doing my show in Rehoboth Beach. I took a very bad fall about 20 minutes before my show, and I broke my foot. And my husband ran in the hotel, got a wheelchair. I got up I was in so much pain. Wheels me to the venue. I had to climb stairs, and my husband says to me, "You cannot do the show." And I said, "What are you talking about? I got a sold out audience." He goes, Your foot is broken. We heard it crack going on the way down." I said, "Honey, get me 4 Advils and a hairbrush," because my hair was like. And honey, she got up on that stage, favored my one leg, did the show, did a meet and greet, which I wasn't even required to do because that's just the. Anyway, the point of this story is when I told my mother and my sister, they were on speakerphone, that I had fallen and that I had broken my foot and how painful it was, they were laughing so hard. My husband was sitting on the couch like he couldn't believe how hard they were laughing at the fact that I had fallen and broken my foot. The next day, I called my mom and she said, "Oh, honey, I've just been so worried, sick about you. I feel so terrible that you broke your foot." I said, "What the hell are you talking about? You were hysterically laughing yesterday." And she said, "No, I wasn't. I would never laugh at my child breaking their foot." I said, "You and Susan were both hysterically laughing." And she said, "Well, honey, it's just how we are." See, this explains a lot. of the darkness. But I wouldn't have it any other way, to tell you the truth. I'm glad that I can laugh through the really rough parts of life. That's what gets you through. They always say laughter is the best medicine. In that case, it wasn't, but it does help. Later. In fact, I was very sick recently, coming home on a plane. My manager's laughing at me. I was so sick. I was vomiting. I never vomit, kids. Oh, when I tell you the vomiting I was doing before I had to get on this long flight. I'm on the plane, sweating, cold sweats. My body temperature couldn't regulate. I had the little throw up bag ready to go. I kept saying to myself, someday you'll laugh at this. Someday you'll laugh at this. And that's how you get through it. You have to remind yourself, someday you're going to laugh at this. I'm still not laughing about almost throwing up, but someday I will laugh at that. What else?
I don't know what to do with any of this.
Well, you asked me to bullshit. That's the way my brain works.
Did you take an edible?
I did not take an edible, but you better believe after this hot day, I will be taking 2 edibles.